Richard, Oprah, Steve, and Howard. I think we'd all agree these are great leaders, and they're great leaders because they're great communicators. And these are people who know how to motivate and inspire and persuade. And when we don't do that in business, we can end up in a real world of hurt. We can have lost, damaged reputation, which is almost impossible to get back, lost revenue, and employees who resist us at every step because they don't understand what's going on. And the irony is that in today's world, we have more ways to communicate than we have ever had in human history. We can be connected to anyone, anytime, anywhere. And, the question is, are we really communicating more effectively? And my answer is no. I think there's a lot of chatter out there. There's a lot of bits and bytes floating around the ether. There's, brevity may be the soul of wit, but Shakespeare wasn't talking about a tweet. He was talking about communicating meaning. And sadly today, we're talking past each other. We understand each other less, we trust each other less, and it's harder and harder to be heard in this crowded marketplace. But there's one person who actually figured this out even before there was an internet, and that was Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. An unlikely and yet masterful communicator. There are a lot of things that she did, and we're going to take a look at some of the things that she did in her story and how that might apply to your businesses. First, she had clarity of purpose. She knew she was going to Oz, and she was focused on going to Oz, and the only time she had mission creep was when someone pulled her off the yellow brick road. But she was determined to go there, and she had a rallying cry. Now this is a message. She had a great message. I want to go home. It's clear, and it's simple, and it's compelling and memorable, and it also resonates because, after all, don't all of us want to go home in some way? Her message was so good that the competition came up with their own. That was equally compelling and equally short and memorable and was very persuasive, especially if you were a flying monkey. The other thing that was compelling about her message was that it was authentic. Unlike a certain wizard who had great command of smoke and mirrors and there was nothing behind the curtain. Eventually people realized there's no there there. Remember pets.com and eToys, right? So she also understood that communications is not about me, but about you and me and what we can do together. This crew here supported her completely because her message resonated with them. They were looking for their metaphorical home as well. And when you have a good message like this and a purpose, you can build trust with your customers. And they'll buy your product, and if you're a nonprofit, they'll support your cause. And they'll also cut you some slack when invariably we make a mistake. Now, most of us, when we communicate, we lead with the middle. We talk about our mission-critical systems and all the details of our products, but we don't put them into any context for people. So we talk about the details, but not why they matter to us. And really, when you think about it, good communication is about storytelling. And a good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And has that context for what you're trying to say and relates it to what matters to other people as well. Great communications can spread great ideas. Think of the New York City police officer who bought shoes for the homeless man and became an YouTube sensation. Great communications can help a great idea, but man, there is no amount of communications that can take a bad idea and make it better. Anybody see this movie? Okay, it was one of the biggest box office flops of 2012. It had an enormous marketing budget, but it didn't really take, and it went on demand really early. Lastly, Dorothy and her friends understood the importance of not just conveying information, but confirming that people understand it. How many times have you said, I sent the email, but it doesn't mean that people understood you or that they heard you the way you wanted? Folks, we don't live in Kansas anymore. We live in a time of rapid and disruptive and profound change. And what's going to get us through this is our ability to communicate. It is the glue that holds us together. So as you think about your business, think about Dorothy's 4 C's. 1, clarity of purpose. 2, compelling messaging. 3, context and storytelling, and lastly, convey information and confirm. You know, Oprah and Steve and Richard and all business leaders understand that really you're taking the people that matter, your customers, on a journey with you. And that journey is about storytelling and engaging them. So as you think about the journey you're taking your partners and investors on, take Dorothy with you. Thank you.